Hey guys, welcome back to Words from Reagan. I journal every day and recently just finished a 60-day mindset journal. As I was on day 60, the journal was really recapping everything that it was trying to teach you over the last 60 days. And every single day there was a question for you to answer. And the last question was so strong that I decided to make an entire episode about it. So the question is, who is your enemy? When I read it, I was scanning past people in my life, and I stopped and asked myself, why would I consider them an enemy? Yes, we might not talk now. We might have ended on bad terms, but does that really make them my enemy? I have learned that you have to create closure on your own sometimes without talking to that person. It might not have been right the way that they treated you, ended things with you, or manipulated you, but we have to learn to be the bigger person, move on, and forgive them. That doesn't mean that you have to be best friends or even speak to them again, but in your headspace, you should find peace and eventually learn to forgive them. But once I stopped and asked myself, really, who is my enemy? I realized that my biggest enemy is myself, and that your biggest enemy is yourself. You might be asking how, and that is what we're going to be talking about in this week's episode. So just think about it for a minute. Who stops you from doing something outside of your comfort zone? Yourself, because we're scared to step out of it. Who stops you from talking your feelings straight to someone? Yourself, because your head talks you out of it. Who stops you from doing something for the first time? Yourself, because you don't have any expectations of how it will go and you don't want it to get hurt. Who stops you from talking to that person? You, because your head has convinced you that they don't like you. Who gets you stuck in the past? You, because you think that your best days are behind you, so you reminisce on your past and just get stuck there. Whose fault is it every time something doesn't work out? Yours. You see, oftentimes that we don't end up doing something, going on that trip, taking the job, moving cities, asking that person out, is because we listen to all the things that could go wrong. Why waste the money on that trip when I don't even know if I'll have a good time? Why embarrass myself when they definitely will reject me? We hold ourselves back. We create our own pain. We convince ourselves that we're not enough. Now flip the script here. Say your friend recently just got dumped and they're talking to you and they just say, you know what? I am not enough for anyone. What is your response going to be? Yeah, right. You're not good enough for anyone. I can assure you, you wouldn't say that unless you're not a true friend. We'd say, shut up. You are enough. They just couldn't figure out that you were the kindest soul, and they're just not the right one. It takes the right person to see that through. Tell me you wouldn't say that. But when we get rejected, told no and wanting to be told yes, or not having the outcome that we expected, we tell ourselves that we're not enough, or something is wrong with us, and we don't even think twice about it. When we feel insecure, we call ourselves ugly. But if someone else says they're ugly, we say, shut up, you're beautiful. So, why do we do that to ourselves, but not others? You see, it's because that we condition ourselves to let our mind win. Your mind can be your best friend one minute, and then your enemy the next. We let our mind see all the possibilities of what could go wrong. But what about what could go right and benefit you? Do you ever think about that? What if this is the one that you've been waiting for? What if this job listens and benefits you? What if this city feels like your new home? We hold ourselves onto what ifs, but won't know what comes from it until we do it. When you think small and feel secure, yes, you have control of things, but you're not growing. You're stuck in your comfort zone. But when you think big and have visions, magic happens. You're getting outside of your comfort zone. Not only do we stop ourselves from doing things, but a lot of the time, we are the reason for our own suffering. We choose to stay in that relationship longer than we should have because we already have put a lot of work and time into it, so what's a couple more months gonna do? We let ourselves drop to a low headspace and sit around instead of working to get help or better ourselves. We have a dream, but do nothing to get any closer to it. We aren't happy in a place or with someone, but it's comfortable, so we stay. We're scared to speak up because of criticism, so we stay silent. We do and say things to be our enemy out of fear because we're scared of what could be. So how do you get out of this cycle? How do you get out of being your own enemy? And the truth is, we're all going to be our own enemies at times. We're human. But how do you get out of making it 24/7? Think of affirmations. We talk those out into existence. Why? Because they generally work. When we hear something, even if it's from ourselves, we hear the realness of it and have motivation to work towards it, or hear the solitude of it. We have millions of thoughts that run through our head each and every day. And once they're gone, who knows the next time that it'll pop up again. But if we talk things out into existence, we hear those words, pushing ourselves to move forward. Words are powerful. I did some research on statistics, then I found this. Saying something out loud is 10 times more powerful than just thinking it. Negativity is 4 to 7 times more powerful than positivity. Saying negative things out loud is 40 to 70 times more likely something bad will happen. Why? Because your mind wraps around it and you're putting out negative energy. So instead of listening to yourself, listening to your negative thoughts, which lead you to back out of something or the reason for your suffering, speak it out into existence. Yes, talk to yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're strong. Tell yourself that you're enough. Tell yourself you're funny. Tell yourself that you'll go places. Now that it's out there, those words exist. You only speak positive, uplifting words to yourself. This will help you feel more positively about yourself and what you can do. It might seem stupid each day to tell yourself you're beautiful, but come on. We all talk to ourselves, and why not, in doing so, don't we uplift ourselves? Try it this week. Whenever you feel yourself getting to a low headspace, stressed, or second-guessing doing something, start saying positive things from it. If you're feeling insecure, look in the mirror and tell yourself the positive things about you. By doing this, you ground yourself by showing that you're for yourself, not against you. We can be our own enemy at times. We're human, but we can help ourselves be for ourselves. When we start pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zone, we will grow. Yeah, we might fail at times, and you learn from it though. And who knows, maybe this time it will work out. Maybe this is the one for you. Take risks. Be for yourself, not against yourself. Try talking things out into existence this week and see how you feel and how much motivation you gain from it. I know you guys are thinking about video podcast, and I promise you I am getting the set up and finalizing. I want to make sure it's perfect before I put something out. I'm not going to put something out I'm not proud of. So I'm testing it with my new camera, with my new microphone, and trying to just find the balance and what plan works for me. And once that is solid, I promise you guys, video podcast should be within the next week or two. I know I said that last time, but I finally have all the equipment for it, and now I'm just trying to figure out everything on how to work it and make sure everything works. So with that, thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. Try not to be your own enemy this week, and I'll see you guys next Thursday with another one. Bye, guys.